right, car lovers, buckle up, because today we're talking about something that sounds almost unreal. Ferrari and a Land Cruiser in the same sentence. Yeah, you heard that right. The 2026 Ferrari Land Cruiser, a machine that's got the entire automotive world talking. Ferrari is stepping into territory we never thought they'd explore, rugged off-road luxury. And trust me, this thing is wild. Now I know what you're thinking, Ferrari and off-roading? Those two don't usually belong in the same garage. Ferrari has always been about speed, style, and that racetrack roar. But lately, the world's biggest performance brands have been evolving. Lamborghini has the Urus, Aston Martin has the DBX, and now Ferrari's joining the high-performance SUV game. But they're doing it with a twist. Instead of just another fast SUV, Ferrari's building something that can handle mud, mountains, and madness. Let's start with the design because, man, this thing looks insane. The 2026 Ferrari Land Cruiser isn't your typical boxy off-roader. It's bold, muscular, and sleek, like a wild mix between the Purisang and a classic Land Cruiser. Up front, you get Ferrari's signature aggressive grille, sharp LED eyes that look ready to pounce, and a stance that screams dominance. The hood has sculpted lines that flow right into the fenders, and those massive 22-inch alloy wheels, they mean business. You've got extra ground clearance, reinforced bumpers, and skid plates that don't just look cool. They're actually built to take a beating. And yes, Ferrari did something pretty special with the color palette too. They're calling it Adventure Red, Carbon Desert, and Glacier Nero. Each shade just oozes presence. This isn't a car you hide, it's one you show off. Imagine pulling up to a mountain lodge in a Ferrari SUV with mud splattered all over the sides. That's the kind of vibe this thing gives. But let's talk about what's under the hood, because this is where Ferrari really flexed. The 2026 Land Cruiser isn't just about brute strength, it's about brains and balance. Ferrari is introducing a hybrid twin-turbo V8 setup, producing around 750 horsepower combined. That's right, 750 horses in an off-roader. The hybrid system isn't just there for efficiency, it gives instant torque when you need that push climbing steep trails or overtaking on the highway. And get this, it comes with Ferrari's new eDrive terrain system, which automatically adjusts torque distribution depending on the surface you're driving on. Sand, snow, rock, or rain. It senses and adapts in real time. You'll feel like the car's reading your mind. It can even raise or lower its suspension depending on your driving mode. 1 second you're cruising low and sleek on the highway, and the next you're elevated and ready to crawl through rough terrain. Inside, it's pure Ferrari luxury. When you open those frameless doors, you're greeted by a cabin that's both sporty and sophisticated. Picture buttery soft leather, carbon fiber accents, and red contrast stitching running across the dashboard. The seats are sculpted like race car buckets, but with the comfort of a first-class lounge. The infotainment setup features Ferrari's latest curved OLED screen that wraps slightly toward the driver, giving you full control of navigation, performance data, and off-road stats, all at your fingertips. And here's something cool. Ferrari added what they call Scenic Mode. When you're off-roading, it uses exterior cameras and drone-style visuals to show you a 360-degree view of your surroundings. It's like having your own film crew following you through the wilderness. Now, of course, performance is where Ferrari shines. Even though this is an SUV, it still screams Ferrari DNA. It goes from 0 to 60 in just 3.5 seconds, which is absolutely bonkers for something with off-road tires and that much mass, and the handling, oh man, the engineers somehow managed to blend stability, agility, and comfort so well that it feels like a grand tourer on tarmac and a beast in the wild. But let's not ignore the practicality side. The rear seats fold flat for extra cargo space, the roof rails are functional, and yes, it can actually tow, up to 7,000 pounds. So whether you're hauling gear, a trailer, or just flexing your Ferrari badge at a campsite, you're covered. Now, when it comes to pricing, here's where things get spicy. The expected starting price for the 2026 Ferrari Land Cruiser is around $420,000. Yeah, it's not cheap, but honestly, when you think about what you're getting, A supercar engine, a hybrid system, off-road capability, and Ferrari craftsmanship. It almost makes sense. Almost. And if you're wondering how it stacks up against past models, well, there's really nothing in Ferrari's history to compare it to. This is uncharted territory. The closest would be the Puro 5, but that's more of a grand touring SUV. The Land Cruiser version is built tougher, more rugged, more adult, venture-focused. Think of it as Ferrari's wild side finally breaking loose. Enthusiasts are already calling it the supercar for the dirt road. And honestly, I get it. It's Ferrari's way of saying, why should all the fun stop when the pavement ends? So yeah, the 2026 Ferrari Land Cruiser isn't just a vehicle. It's a statement, a symbol of how even the most elite performance brands are adapting to a new world, where power meets practicality and luxury isn't afraid to get a little dirty. Would I buy one if I had the money? Absolutely. Imagine cruising down the highway, switching into off-road mode, and tearing through the mountains, all in a Ferrari. It's every car enthusiast's dream wrapped in a wild, red, roaring package. So what do you think? Has Ferrari gone too far? Or is this the future we've all been waiting for, where exotic performance meets everyday adventure? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2026 Ferrari Land Cruiser, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more car news and reviews, and stay tuned, because the automotive world is changing faster than ever, and we're just getting started. This is your channel name, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep driving, keep dreaming, and as always, stay fueled by passion.